Hi everyone, welcome to the classes on engineering mechanics, and this is the second class for mechanical vibration. In the last class we have discussed what is vibration, and we have discussed various classification of vibration, and after that we have discussed period of vibration, frequency and stiffness of spring, and we have already derived an equation for natural frequency of longitudinal vibration. And after that we have discussed the degrees of freedom. We have discussed the single degree of freedom and a multi-degree freedom. And after that we have derived an equation for spring mass model connected in series and parallel. In today's class we will be discussing some problems in connection with the spring mass model and degrees natural frequency of vibration. Here is our first problem. An 80 Newton weight is hung at the end of a helical spring and is set vibrating vertically. The weight makes 4 oscillations per second. Determine the stiffness of the spring. So our given data is, first one is 80 Newton. It is a weight. We are not using weight in any of our question. We will be using mass. So we have to convert the weight to mass. For converting the weight to mass, we will be dividing it with the acceleration due to gravity. Okay. And the weight makes 4 oscillations per second. So that is the frequency is given as 4 oscillations per second. Time period, say inverse of time period, and it will be make 1/4 second for a 1 oscillation. So that is the time period. Okay. These are the given data. We have to calculate the stiffness of the spring. K we have to calculate. So we got the relation mass equal to 80 divided by G. So we have calculated the mass, and the frequency is given by 1/2 pi root K by M. So we got the value of frequency and we got the value of mass, and we have to calculate the value of stiffness K. By substituting the value, we'll get the value of stiffness as 5151 Newton per meter. Okay. And here is our second question. If a helical spring having stiffness 90 Newton per centimeter is available, what weight should be hung on it so that it will oscillate with a period of time 1 second? So again we will be analyzing the data. The stiffness K is given 90 Newton per centimeter. So we can convert it into Newton per meter. Okay. If we are using the meter as the unit. Okay. What weight we should hung so that it will oscillate with a period of time 1 second. Here it is, they have given the time period is 1 second. So we will be normally using frequency. So we have to convert time period into frequency. To convert the time period into frequency, 1 by time period will give us the frequency. As the time period is 1 by 1, its value will be again 1. So frequency is also 1. So here is a given data. K is equal to 90 Newton per centimeter. We will be converting into meter by multiplying with the 100. So 9000 Newton per meter, and time period is 1 second. So its frequency will 1 cycles per second. So frequency equal to 1/2 pi root K by M. K is given. You have to calculate the mass. So the mass can be obtained as 227.97 kilogram. Okay. And here is our third question. A weight of 50 Newton is suspended from a spring, vibrates vertically with an amplitude of 8 centimeter and a frequency of 1 oscillation per second. So we will be analyzing the data. A weight of 50 Newton. Again, we will not be using any weight. We will be using mass. So first we will convert the weight to mass by dividing it by acceleration due to gravity. Vibrate with an amplitude. This is a new term we haven't used. Amplitude is the distance moved by the spring in the up and down motion. So while doing the derivation, we have marked it as x. So we can write x equal to 8 centimeter and a frequency of 1 oscillations per second. So f is equal to 1. First thing we have to calculate the stiffness of spring. So again we will be using f is equal to 1/2 pi root K by M. And second one, maximum tension, and third one, the maximum velocity. And for both these two, we will require the term amplitude. First, we will calculate the stiffness. M is calculated by dividing the weight by 9.81. 50 divided by 9.81. X is the amplitude is given as 8 centimeter. We'll be converting into meter. Frequency is 1 cycles per second. So frequency equal to 1 by 2 pi root k by m. And we'll be calculating the stiffness as 201.22 Newton per meter. This is our first part. And the second part, maximum tension, which is given by stiffness into displacement or stiffness into amplitude. So stiffness is given as 201.22 Newton per meter into displacement. So 0.08 will give the maximum tension in the spring. That's equal to 16.1 Newton. And second thing we will be calculating the maximum velocity, which is given by omega into x, where omega is equal to 2 pi f. So we got the value of frequency. We can calculate the value of omega. 2 pi into 1 into x will gives the maximum velocity. Okay, we calculated all the 3 terms. And here is our fourth question. A body of 50 kilogram is suspended by 2 springs of stiffness 4 kilonewton per meter and 6 kilonewton per meter, as shown in figure A, B, and C. We got 3 figures. You can see all the 3 here. The body is pulled 50 mm down from its equilibrium position and released. The body is pulled by 50 mm. So it is the displacement. X is given as 50 mm. So calculate the frequency of oscillation. F we have to calculate maximum velocity and maximum acceleration. Okay. The first figure, both the springs are connected in series. So the net stiffness is given by 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2. What about the second figure? For the second figure, it seems like it is connected in series, but actually the connection is in parallel. Let's see the third figure. Suppose by the weight 50 kilogram, both the spring have a displacement. Suppose both the spring is elongated by 1 centimeter. That is our derivation. While during the derivation, where the springs are connected in parallel, we are assuming that all the springs having the same deformation. For the first case, that is springs are connected in series, it is not necessary to have the same deformation for the all springs. But for the third case, it should be same deformation for the 2 springs are connected in parallel. If the 6 kilonewton spring have the higher capacity, 4 kilonewton per meter springs have the lower capacity, even though the load will be shared between them. The same situation is happened in the second case also. Due to the 50 kilonewton mass, the 6 kilonewton per meter spring is elongated by 1 centimeter. The same compression is experienced by the 4 kilonewton per meter. The springs are used for compression and tension. Normally, we will be familiar with the spring which spring will withstand the compressive force, and we have a familiar example of spring withstanding the tensile force. You can see spring in side stand of our bike or scooter. Normally, the spring is in the compressed position, and when its load is applied, it will expand. That is an example of a spring having initially compressed position and it is subjected to a tensile load. So for the second figure, whatever be the elongation is experienced by the 6 kilonewton per meter spring, that is same compression will be experienced by the 4 kilonewton per meter spring. So it is an example of 2 springs connected in parallel. Okay, so only the first case we will have the springs connected in series, and for the second and third case we will have the springs connected in parallel. Okay, so we'll go to our question. First we'll calculate the frequency of oscillation. So frequency equal to 1 by 2 pi root k by m. The mass is given as 50 kilogram, and k is given by 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2 for the first one. For second and third one, k1 plus k2. And the maximum velocity is given by omega into x, and the maximum acceleration is given by omega square into x. Here is our equivalent stiffness 1 by K1 plus 1 by K2, 1 by 6 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by K equivalent. So we will be getting the equivalent stiffness as 1 by Ke. So we have to calculate the value of Ke by taking the inverse. 24 by 10 as 2.4 is the equivalent stiffness. For a springs connected in series, the equivalent stiffness will be lesser than the smaller spring. Okay. So 2.4 Newton per meter is Newton raised to 3 Newton per meter is the equivalent stiffness. We will just calculate the frequency 1 by 2 pi root K by M. Frequency is given as frequency we have to calculate, and the mass and stiffness is known values. So we will be calculating the frequency as 1.1 cycles per second. And next thing we will calculate the maximum velocity, which is given by omega index. For that we need the value of omega. Omega is given by 2 pi into f. So 2 pi into frequency 1.1 gives the value of omega 6.93 radians per second, which is radian. Read it as radians per second. 6.93 into x is given by 105. The value of 0.05 is obtained from the body is pulled 50 mm down from its equilibrium position. It is given in the question. The body is pulled 50 mm down from its equilibrium position. So we got the value of x as 0.05. So omega index will give us the velocity. Omega square index will give us the acceleration. So we got calculated the acceleration and velocity. And here is our second question. When the springs are connected in parallel, the equivalent stiffness is given by K1 plus K2. So it is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter. So 1 by root K by M is equal to 2.25 cycles per second. And frequency maximum velocity is equal to omega index is equal to 4.71, and acceleration is equal to omega square into x 1 by 2 pi f square 10 meter per second square. And second case also the stiffness is same, so the calculation will be similar to the for the third case the stiffness is same, the calculation will be similar to the second case. So I am not repeating the calculation here. Here is the final frequency and velocity and the acceleration for the third case. The springs are connected in parallel. And next topic we will be discussing the simple harmonic motion. A simple harmonic motion is a period of motion. Any motion which repeats after equal interval of time is called a periodic motion. For a periodic motion to be a simple harmonic motion, it should satisfy two conditions. First one is the acceleration of the body performing the periodic motion should be proportional to the distance of the body from a fixed point called the center of simple harmonic motion or the mean position. In the right side you can see a figure. Center is marked O, and it will be rotating in a circular path. The path traced, that is point M, will be moving in a oscillating manner. So the distance is proportional to the body from a fixed point. Okay. And second condition, acceleration of the body should be directed towards the mean position. Okay. Initially acceleration should be initially, that is from point A, acceleration should be maximum. When reaching the mean position, acceleration should reach 0. That is the meaning of that. Acceleration of the body should be directed towards the mean position. The body is given acceleration to reach its mean position. These are the two conditions to satisfy a periodic motion to be a simple harmonic motion. Okay. And we have to study the derivation of that. We will be discussing the derivation in the next class. Okay, thank you.